penalty. Valencia also blazing over the bar coma with the spot kick after Cavani had scored the first for the East Coast club. So Valencia losing to Real Madrid in the first semi-final, and in the second semi-final in Riyadh, Barcelona needing a penalty shootout to beat Real Betis. Another entertaining game with Barcelona taking the lead on a couple of occasions, pegged back by Betis twice, and after the teams were level at the end of extra time, normal time, and well, a penalty shootout, and Betis beaten by Barcelona. So we have El Clasico in the Super Cup final. The teams last met at a Super Cup at the semi-final stage in a 5-goal thriller, a game that went to extra time, and Valverde scored in extra time as Real Madrid beat Barca in the last 4 before going on to beat Athletic Bilbao in the main event. Watching the players go through their paces. Picked up a few knocks. Some of the Real Madrid footballers, but good to see Camavinga warming up out here with his teammates. He had a nice pack on a knee. Later on in that second half and during extra time, also in the group on the left of your screen, you can see now Eder Militao. He came off feeling slightly dizzy after taking a ball to the side of the head. It's a bit shaken and was substituted, though he is out warming up as well. Another player who had to come off with an injured ankle, Lucas Vázquez. Dani Carvajal came on for the defender. Dani Carvajal is out warming up. Of course, he missed the game against Villarreal before travelling here to Saudi Arabia with an ankle injury. He's fit, and we're waiting on news of Lucas Vázquez, who I've been informed is going through a personalised training program inside the facilities and could be joining his teammates later on during this evening session here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Both teams coming through those penalty shootouts to set up El Clasico in Saudi Arabia. It will be the second Clasico of this current season. Probably Europe's biggest fixture. And in that first meeting, which took place at the Santiago Bernabeu, Real Madrid beat Barcelona 3-1. It was a clinical display back in October. Karim Benzema, Valverde and Rodrigo from the penalty spot scoring in that 3-1 victory at the Santiago Bernabeu. Teams will meet again in that corresponding fixture in Barcelona later on this year. There's potential to maybe meet in the Copa del Rey. Real Madrid are through to the next round, having knocked out Cacereño. Los Blancos drawn against Villarreal. They will play them on Thursday. That kickoff date and time confirmed earlier this morning. So following the final on Sunday, 2000 hours Central European time, the team will be jetting back to Spain. And they'll have 2 or 3 days to prepare for the game against Villarreal on Thursday at the Ceramica Stadium. And then, well, Friday, Saturday, a couple of days rest. And on Sunday, another tough game on paper. Athletic Bilbao at San Mamés. Always a tricky venue in Bilbao. Athletic normally put in their best performances in front of their home crowd. Barcelona looking for their first title in almost 4 years, and for manager Xavi, who has been in charge of the Catalan club for just under a year and a half. We'll be looking for his first title. It's a club that spent big in the summer transfer market. The likes of Koundé from Sevilla joined the club. They also signed Leeds Rafinha, Lewandowski, Christensen, and Kessie from AC Milan, all joining in the summer. Real Madrid, of course, already with a title this season. One of a potential 6 that Los Blancos will be contesting for, beating Eintracht Frankfurt back in August in the season curtain raiser, the European Super Cup. 90 minutes or 120 minutes or 120 minutes and a penalty shootout away from another title on Sunday, the Copa del Rey. There's also La Liga. Real Madrid are defending champions, and the Champions League. Real Madrid are also defending champions. Carlo Ancelotti celebrated win number 200 as Real Madrid manager in that game against Valencia. Only 3 managers now have taken charge of more matches than Carlo Ancelotti. Very impressive win rate of 73.5%, which equates to 147 games won. And you look at the 3 managers above Carlo Ancelotti, and none come close. Miguel Munoz was manager for 605 games, 59% win rate. Zidane, 65%. Del Bosque, 54%. Carlo Ancelotti, 73%. During his time, 8 different titles. Carlo Ancelotti has won the Copa del Rey, has won the Spanish Super Cup, has won La Liga, has won the Champions League, has won the European Super Cup, plus a World Club Cup. We're looking to win title number 9 as Real Madrid manager on Sunday. Real Madrid will be the home club in the final. And for those wanting to know when the team play and train on Saturday in the press conferences, there's a press conference involving both managers. Carlo Ancelotti will field questions from journalists at 10 o'clock Central European time on Saturday. And the player press conference, still the player's name yet to be confirmed, will be at 17:15 hours, and training will be at 6 o'clock in the evening Central European time. Now we're watching a mini possession drill. There are a couple of other groups also practicing to the side of this group of footballers. This is the final workout on this practice pitch. I get the chance to be at the stadium on Saturday, and then on Sunday the final in what should be, hopefully, a full house capacity crowd against Barcelona. The first time these two teams will meet in the final of this Spanish Super Cup, the new format of this Final Four system. Of course, the teams have met regularly in the old format of the Spanish Super Cup, which used to be played in the month of August before the season started, with 2 games, 1 home and 1 away. Benzema on target against Villarreal. Also scoring against Valladolid. Brace scoring from the spot in the penalty shootout, and also scoring from the spot against Valencia during the 90 minutes. Valverde has also scored in a Super Cup before. Flashback, Barcelona semi-final, and the winning goal scored by the Uruguayan. Modric, cross, fit. It's a strong squad. There are some absentees, however, remaining in the Spanish capital. Alaba and Tchouaméni, the defender and midfielder, are both recovering from their respective injuries in Madrid. But the good news is that Militao is out training with his teammates, and also Camavinga just waiting on news of Lucas Vázquez. As for the referee, for those wondering, Ricardo de Burgos Bengochea, who has taken charge of El Clásico in the past, back in 2017, and it was in the Spanish Super Cup, as they would have it. And the referee actually made headlines for sending off Ronaldo for a dive, which wasn't a dive, and in the end, Ronaldo got a 5-match ban. Hoping that we won't be talking about the referee come the final whistle. in recent years. We've seen more goals in this fixture. 4 scored in that win for Real Madrid 3-1 back in October. In fact, the last 6 games have yielded 23 goals combined. That's 1 in the Spanish Super Cup in that semi-final and 5 in La Liga. Nacho out warming up, you see, with Vinicius and Rudiger. Now, he came on, played very well indeed in that semi-final. And looking at the back four, it will be interesting to see how Carlo Ancelotti will set up his defence. Will it be Militao, Rudiger at the heart of defence? Could Nacho slot into the centre-back role, and maybe Militao, who has played for Brazil, as a fullback? Could he play as a fullback? Could Nacho be deployed at fullback? A 3-man defence with 2 attacking fullbacks. Mendy, will he start, having come on for the injured? Well, Lucas Vázquez was the player forced off and opted to keep on Militao, Rudiger, and then Mendy coming on, then Militao being forced off. Lucas Vázquez, of course, getting injured too. Dani Carvajal coming on, so we might see a different back four from the one expected. Also in midfield, Modric didn't start the semi-final. He was rested for a long part of that match. Could he perhaps start the final against Barcelona? And we hear this time and time again. It's not about the 11 players who start a game. The ones that come on off the bench can sometimes make all the difference. The tempo starting to increase in this training session. I know we're focusing on the final of the Spanish Super Cup, but early today, the Whites found out the road to the Club World Cup title in Morocco, in Rabat. The draw was held earlier today, and Carlo Ancelotti's team will play Seattle Sounders, Al Ahly, or Auckland City in the semi-final. Real Madrid straight through to that semi-final, also through to the semi-final. Flamengo, the Copa Libertadores winners. There's a game on the first round, which is the 1st of February, so very little rest. It's Villarreal, it's Athletic Bilbao, there's Elche, there's Valencia in the league, and then on the 1st of February, Al Ahly play Auckland City. The winner of that tie will face Seattle Sounders on February the 4th. In the other quarter-final game, Wydad Casablanca, Al Hilal. And in the semi-final, on the 7th, Flamengo will take on the winners of Wydad Casablanca and Al Hilal. And Real Madrid will face the winners of that game between Seattle Sounders or Al Ahly Auckland City. There are 2 games guaranteed for Real Madrid. There is a 3rd and 4th playoff on the 11th of February in the early afternoon. Kickoff time to be confirmed, and also on the 11th later on that same day, the final. Real Madrid have won that tournament 4 times in its current format. So 7 times if you include the Intercontinental crowns won by Los Blancos. The most successful team in the history of the Club World Cup. Real Madrid, those intercontinental triumphs in 1960, 1998 and 2002, and then its current format 2014, 16, 17 and 2018. Continue watching training. Now we can see a practice match on reduced pitch. Now don't read too much into players that are wearing bibs and those who aren't, as the manager won't be revealing the starting 11. I'm sure people can make a good guess as to who will start the game, as Valverde fires past Lunin, got a hand to the ball, the goalkeeper, but unable to keep that fierce shot out. Just to recap, Real Madrid's route to the Club World Cup. We'll see them take on Seattle Sounders, Al Ahly or Auckland City. And then in the final, hopefully, they'll play the winner of Flamengo or Wydad Casablanca Al Hilal. So, circle these dates in your diary. 8th of February, semi-final. 11th of February, the 3rd, 4th playoff or the World Club Cup final. Now shortly we'll be leaving this training session. Remember, there's another training session on Saturday. About 15-20 minutes open to the press. There'll be a manager press conference plus a player press conference. 10 o'clock Central European time. It will be the turn of the manager Carlo Ancelotti. Later in the evening at 17:15, 100 hours, the Real Madrid player will be in that press conference. Still no player's name confirmed, and later in the evening at 6 o'clock, a final workout, a final session before Sunday's final against Barcelona. Two-two at the end of extra time in that second semi-final played last night. Barca beating Betis on penalties in a penalty shootout. Real Madrid seeing off Valencia 4-3. Cavani scoring first for Valencia. Benzema on target for Real Madrid. Comert blazing over Modric, firing past the Valencia goalkeeper. Ilaich scoring for Valencia. Tony Kroos on target again for Real Madrid. Hugo Guillamon scoring for Valencia before Marco Asensio put Real Madrid ahead 4-3. And going into the final round of penalties, Valencia needed to score and also save that final spot kick, but there was no need for Vinicius to take penalty number 5 as Gaia saw his effort kept out by Thibaut Courtois. Enjoying this training game on this reduced pitch. The rest of the session will be conducted behind closed doors. Expected to last around about 90 minutes. Catch all the latest news, highlights from the training session, also a match report from that win against Valencia in the semi-final, a preview of Sunday's final in the Real Madrid Bulletin. And then do join us on Saturday for Carlo Ancelotti's press conference. A first-team squad player will also be fielding questions from journalists. And there'll also be a training session. We'll leave you now from Riyadh. Real Madrid preparing for that game in the final El Clasico on Sunday, the final of the Spanish Super Cup.